Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 30th, 2022 New Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. This will be accompanied with a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So it's very interesting, the imagery that was coming forward as the singing bowl was singing. It was of taking somebody's hand, and it's like, you're not in this alone. You're not in this alone. You're safe. And so that just very much needs to be stated. So let's see what energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we have two. Oh, okay. They go together quite well. So there's heartbreak and there's fighting. Now, this fighting may have led to heartbreak, but there's something here. It's more of an effect of, I'm upset about these three things. And there are three major things that are coming forward. And then with the Five of Wands, this kibitzing, we're going to play fight, it gets out of hand, and it really starts to hit certain nerves during this time. So we have to be very mindful that we're not taking everything way too personally, and that we're also looking at the pains that we have in our own hearts that are holding us back. Let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have inspiration and we have inner child. The inspiration is our sacral chakra. The inner child is our heart chakra. So with the sacral chakra coming forward, we're being inspired. Our creativity, our sensuality, our way of expressing and embracing ourselves is being inspired. And we're connecting with our inner child, with the heart chakra, with the sense of, I'm seeing me. I'm seeing who I once was. I'm seeing what I need. I'm seeing what I desire. I'm seeing me. And that's a beautiful thing. I love the exercise of just opening your arms, or just visualizing opening your arms and letting the child that you once were run into those arms, run into your open arms, and just telling them, you're safe, you're loved, I see you, I hear you, we are good. And so that's going to be a powerful, powerful thing to do during this time. So let's look at, before we look at what the tarot has to say, let us look at this moon. So this moon is a black moon, which means that it is the second new moon in a month. And it is also a lunar eclipse and a new moon in Taurus. There is so much going on here. And this hasn't happened since August 2020. So it's rare. And I really do feel like we're completing a cycle when it comes from 2020 to now, to 2022. We've completed a cycle, and there's something like the heart is opening. There's something to the effect of I've learned that it was a great learning. It was a great, intense, powerful, and I don't mean great like it was a wonderful time. I mean it was great in magnitude, and it left us looking at things so differently than we had before. Now the lunar eclipse means that this is an immensely emotional time. We are water sign energy. We are also depicted by the moon in the tarot. This is going to be an emotional time for us anyway, Pisces. With the Taurus full new moon coming forward, it fills us with this sense of, am I able to get to where I want to be? Am I able to, embrace what I need and what I want? We're working through a lot of hurts and pains. And again, that's where the Three of Swords comes in. We're working through a lot of hurts and pains and disappointments that we'd rather just forget about. We'd rather it not be brought up or looked at ever again, swept under the rug. Nobody will know about it. And yet there's a sense here of like, I need to see it. I need to understand it. I need to understand what's holding me back. Now, with the new moon in Taurus, we need stability, period, end stop. And yet we're not really going to be easily satisfied during this time. So it's going to be like, oh, well, this doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. I don't feel like I have the stability that I want. But we need to kind of step out of our own heads at times and say, do I really not have the stability that I want? Or is this just me kind of being overwhelmed in this moment? We need to learn to accept change as part of life. And it sounds really easy and really like, oh, well, that's just it. But no, it's like, I'm going through a metamorphosis. The change is a bit uncomfortable, a bit like, I'm not sure I want this. And yet, as I accept it, I'm like, oh, this is where I need to be. And it's a sense of like, oh, I was meant to be a butterfly, type of thing coming forward. We need to find our own self-respect. And I don't mean that we don't have any self-respect. What Spirit is saying here is that we need to say, I respect who I am. I see who I am. I love who I am. And as that comes forward, it's not seeking out fulfillment in the material. It's like, it's just a calmness. It's a centering that comes forward. Accepting ourselves for who we are, it makes it easier to find this peace, to find this tranquility, but also to see us and to embrace what we really love and what we really need. It moves us now to our tarot message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, fix that in a minute. Angels and spirit guides. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Two of Wands, and Saturn. This is a time where God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, hands us a gift of passion, of creativity, of insight, of ideas, of a sense of, I'm just seeing brush strokes. There's boldness to us, but there's also an elegance to us. So it can be that we can be bold and out loud. And I just see that kind of more like, I see that more like spray paint, And then there's fine brush strokes of embracing a forgotten art or embracing forgotten art within us that is more delicate. So depending on our temperament, because again, this is a general reading, it's going to depend what we're more drawn to. So that's very beautiful. It's very interesting. The Two of Wands, the door is opening. The door is opening, and we're starting to see ourselves embracing the world, embracing what we want, embracing what we're looking for, looking at things differently than we had before. And it brings us to Saturn. It brings us to, Saturn rules Capricorn, so Capricorn energy. But it also brings us to a place of power, of insight, but we can take things too seriously. We can go from wanting it to be completely free-formed and unstructured to it having to be just this way, just this time, type of thing. So being aware of that is going to help us, because we're going to go from one extreme to another, and it's going to knock us off balance. But taking this creativity, it's just brushstrokes. I mean, there's a brilliance, and there's something like that, and I don't know why that keeps on coming forward, but Spirit's like, do this movement. It might mean something to somebody, so like that. Okay. Angels. I don't know if you can see it better if I do it like this. Okay, but it's, Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have the new moon in Aries, and that's what the last new moon was on the 1st of April. It was the new moon in Aries, and it says it's time to take action. And during this time, it was time to see what we wanted, what we desired. A lot of us are going to see that the month of April was a test of, of where we're going, what we were doing, what was important in our lives, how we were moving forward. So, a time to take action is definitely relevant. It brings us then to adjustments are required. And this is the third quarter moon. We're going to be looking at things differently than we had before. We're going to be adjusting what we were seeing, how we were taking it in, what we were desiring, where it is that we want it to be. Like, we're looking at things like, oh, okay, so I need to tweak this a bit. And then it says, with the South Lunar Node, it says, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past dictate your present. Don't let your past decide you. What's very interesting is and I love the imagery of this, in astrology, the South Lunar Node is visualized as the tail of the dragon. They say our our destiny echoes between the north and south lunar nodes. I do feel here like you're getting an echo of your destiny coming forward. And for some, it's just going to be overwhelming. It's going to be like, what does this mean? You know, what's going on here type of thing. For others, it's going to be a clear glimpse. It's like, I just saw perfection. I just saw exactly what I needed. And we could be chasing that forever. So we could go to one extreme to another, but let us look at the moments of inspiration and cherish them and meditate on them. But then if they need to go, like, understand maybe the loss, if we feel a loss with that release, but also understand the beauty that came forward with them. But with the South Lunar Node being the tail of the dragon, it's what's balancing us. It's our balance. So we're going to say, like, don't let your past hold you back. Yes, but also know that your past is balancing you as you move forward in your present. Your past life experience here on Earth, like your past experience here on Earth in your history now, your past life experience through reincarnation. I mean, this just comes forward and says, don't let your past hold you back, but do know that it's helping you guide this ship. It's your rudder during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. The world, justice, strength, the Two of Wands again, the Five of Wands again, and the Five of Swords. The world is opening up to us. And there is a sense of things being more in balance. So again, I'm just drawn to the imagery here. There's something about ink. There's something about painting, ink work. Something like that is coming forward very powerfully. Or it's words. I don't know if it's like calligraphy or if it's writing letters. These are very important to you type of thing. Or there are certain pictures. You could be looking at it right now. And it's like these imageries are important. They hold history to them. It's just coming through very powerfully. The world is opening. We're seeing ourselves open in a very different way than we had before. The justice is coming in, but it's like we're balancing the scales. The scales weren't balanced. They kept on going like this, right? The scales weren't balanced before. Now with justice coming in, the scales are being balanced, but we're also being more just to ourselves, just to, just to what we want, need, desire from our lives as we are moving forward. So there's a real sense of discernment. We're stronger than we think we are. We're also running up against people who are astoundingly strong-willed, stubborn, and it's just going to be irritating. It's like, can't you see the bigger picture? They can't. They just can't. With the Two of Wands, again, the door is opening. We're really starting to realize we hold more power than we thought we did, or there's more to this world than we were originally seeing, and that is at once beautiful, and again, it can be overwhelming. It's like, well, what do I do with this? There's a normal response to chaos coming forward. It's like, I'm not sure how I move forward. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm not sure where I'm going. And so chaos, right? And Spirit's saying, be very mindful of this. Be very mindful of the default, energy here being chaos, being overwhelming, because it can take away a lot of our joy and a lot of what we are succeeding at in the here and the now. So we can just be so used to chaos personally that it's just what we constantly have going within our lives. Oh, excuse me. I just need a sip of water. Or it can be somebody else is just so prone to chaos. And you're like, okay, just calm down. It doesn't need to be this intense all the time. The Five of Swords, it's a win. It's definitely a win. We come out very powerfully from this chaos, from everything. But it's like, I have to honor the fact that I am winning. I have to honor the fact that I am able to move forward, that I'm going after this, that this is what I want. Because there's power in that honor. There's power in not saying, oh, well, maybe I should, give this back, or I shouldn't have been so tough, or so this, or so that. And Spirit's like, no, you had to stand up for yourself. And you had to learn and use everything that you've learned to stand in your power, to, come forward. It brings us then to our Lunar Message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Resilience and faith. We've carried our world tree on our back. We've carried our dreams and our wishes and everything that's growing and that we desire with us. We're more resilient than we think, but it's time to put down our heavy load. It's time to say, maybe here's where I put my roots, or where I embrace my roots. And it brings us to faith. Having faith that we are growing, having faith that we are seeing, having faith that it is more than what we had originally perceived. It brings us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. The Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. There's a gift of prosperity coming forward for us here, Pisces. And that gift of prosperity opens up the door in a way that we hadn't anticipated. This is saying hold your head up high. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you're going. This is saying celebrate you, even if you don't feel like it. Even if you think, oh, wow, I didn't do exactly what I wanted to do or exactly what I said I was going to do. It's like, no, celebrate you. You're on the right path. It moves us then to a collaboration with others. This is going to be a time where we work very well with others, or we're learning from others. And it doesn't mean that we have to be physically learning. So for some of us, we might be, well, not physically learning, but I mean physically with another person. It means that we could be sitting down with a book or, listening to a video and being like, oh, I'm taking in the knowledge. Like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing it this way. Or, oh, wow, I never thought of doing that. Or, I never even knew what that was, type of thing. So the Three of Pentacles comes in, and this winds up that we're connecting with more people than we thought we were going to be connecting with. And it brings us then to the Ace of Pentacles. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of prosperity, wealth, bounty, abundance, is handing us a gift of seeds to be planted and watch them grow in amazing and unique ways. We're also getting little gifts during this time. Now, we might be getting actually a little gift. Like somebody might say, oh, I saw this and I thought of you. And that's going to be, divinity's way of poking you on the shoulder and like, hey, I'm right here. Don't forget that I'm giving you gifts as well. But it's not going to be wrapped up, or it's not going to be stated as a gift. We then have our Lunar Message again. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Okay. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, these ones. Focus, gratitude, sovereignty. Surrender to the divine and focus. Focus on the opening of our third eye. Focus on the beauty that is coming our way. Focus on the way that we are stepping into this blessing. And do so with gratitude. There needs to be a level of respect and thankfulness that it brings us forward. And it brings us then to have faith in your dreams. Sovereignty. The moon is watching out over us. More than we think it is, Pisces. The moon has more of an effect on us than we think. And it's just even the sense that, like our own moon sign, if we look in astrology, the moon sign is our inner self, right? The sun sign is what everybody else sees, but the moon sign is us. And so here, there is such a sense of, but this is me. Like I'm looking at me. I'm looking at what I desire and want and need, and the moon is guiding it forward. Our subconscious lunar message is, don't let pride get in the way of the unexpected. We're going to be taken off guard. It's going to be like, what, that? Like, we're moving forward that way? Like, what the heck's going on here? Don't let pride get in the way. Be mindful of the Queen of Pentacles. Be mindful of somebody's energy vibration that doesn't match with yours. Meaning, you just don't get good vibes. Like, that's the best way of saying it. Like, you get a gut reaction. No, I shouldn't, go into the elevator with that person. Or I shouldn't, take those stairs type of thing. I'm seeing this more with a person, right? But always listen to that gut reaction. This is going to be a person very successful, very powerful. You should like them. You're looking at them and you're like, you look really good on paper. I don't like you. It's funny because I'm just hearing spirits like, you don't want to say it because you don't want to be rude, but you're like, I don't like you. I don't have to like you. I'm not gonna like you. So seriously, just embrace that, because you don't have to like them and you're not going to like them at all. It then moves us to psychic development, the third eye chakra. Our third eye is opening. Our third eye is opening. And that's one of the things that we're focusing on here. The fact that our third eye is opening. The fact that we are seeing things quite differently than we had seen them before. Are we embracing this psychic power? Or are we going to say, you know what, that's too much right now? Because we can. We absolutely can. And then it will cycle around and it will come forward again when we are ready. Or, when it is ready to present itself to us again. And that's the question here. Like, are we going to take this and be like, okay, I'm listening to that instinct, I'm listening to that beauty, I'm listening to that power guiding me forward? Or are we going to kind of step back from it, step back from trusting our gut, trusting ourselves. We then have our subconscious tarot message that begins with the Three of Cups. Now, the Three of Cups, I'm seeing this here as a celebration. The Three of Cups for me is more complex than just a celebration of friends. So here it is a celebration of friends. It is a sense of I've worked so hard for this. We're also being told not to trust everybody. There are people who have their own agenda. They will gladly celebrate you if it suits them, but they will stop celebrating you instantaneously if it doesn't. The High Priestess, the veil is being lifted from your eyes. It really is. You're seeing things in a way that you hadn't seen it before. You're putting pieces of the puzzle together of just life in general, where you're like, oh, wow, that? Like, seriously? What the heck is this? Type of thing. Like, I didn't even know. So there's an awakening coming forward. There's also this sense of, this is what I'm being guided towards. We're also going to see that certain people, again, there's a real need to trust our intuition. And that's the third eye opening. That's our solar plexus chakra, where it's like, listen, your inner voice is speaking to you. It's guiding you. Let it guide you. It knows better than like anybody else. So open up your eyes to it. But you're going to be seeing things, Pisces, in a very different way. And then we have the Two of Cups. Healing, beautiful love. A connection, a wisdom, a beauty coming forward. There's a sense with the Two of Cups that this is what I've been waiting for. And it can be within a career. It can be just within ourselves, a sense of I'm falling in love with my life, with, excuse me, what's important to me, with the way that I'm moving forward. And it really is a game changer. It's like, okay, this is the piece that I need. And this is the beauty that will guide me. Like, this is the inspiration that will jumpstart me. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, clearing away a negative energy, raising our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces, and may you have a blessed moon.